Good morning, everyone. Hello. Well, good morning, good afternoon. Depends when you're watching this. If you're watching this later when it's been recorded, well, I guess it could be good evening as well. But, anyways, happy Easter weekend. I hope everyone is keeping well. I hope everyone's taking care of themselves. And I know it's hard right now with everything going on, but I really hope that everyone has a great Easter weekend. If you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Andrew and I am the 5 p.m. chef. Today's video is really unscripted. I went to live stream yesterday and had no power, and I thought I was going to do the same thing yesterday, but I figure I might as well just record it now because I'm going to make myself a little brunch. Nothing crazy, nothing special, but again, it's to give people the idea of what you can do. I just want to turn on my oven. That can be warming up while we get everything going here. So, what I'm going to do today is kind of like a little brunch. As you can see, I even have my coffee here. I didn't realize my little to-go mug was there. So it's a brunch. So I want eggs, I want potato, I want meat, I want cheese, but I don't want to mess up a whole bunch of pans. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to make it all in a big frittata. Frittata is like an Italian omelet. They normally don't serve it for breakfast. For them, it's more of a lunch or a starter or something. But you know what? For me, it is a great breakfast. So all I'm doing here, obviously, I'm just dicing up some potato. I'm cutting it really small, kind of like hash browns, just because for one thing, it'll cook a lot quicker. And well, I want to eat. Like I said, this was an unplanned video because I'm just making my breakfast, really. My brunch, I don't know. Either way. So, really nothing hard there. Just, like I say, dicing up some little potatoes. If you have bigger potatoes, obviously that's fine. I just like these little small ones. They're really easy to cut. I don't have to worry about peeling them. They taste really nice. My thing is they make kind of small French fries. Being a frittata, you don't want to overload your pan because it all has to cook together. But at the same time, you want to make sure you get a little bit of everything in every bite. So we're just going to throw in a couple more potatoes, maybe one or two, I don't know. These being cut so small, they're going to cook really fast. And we can start a little bit of seasoning with just some salt. Some pepper, and you know what? This is just a Montreal steak spice. There we go. It's got a little bit of everything in it. The onion, garlic, some hot chilies. It's got everything, and it's really good on potatoes. One of my favorite seasonings if I'm making French fries at home or roast potatoes, because it just lends a ton of flavor. While those are cooking up, breakfast wouldn't be breakfast really without some sausage. So I'm going to take one of my nice Italian sausage here. I'm just taking it out of the casing because it'll be easier to crumble up into the food, and that can cook the same time as the potatoes. Yeah, we'll go for another one. Why not? I'm hungry. If you're really uncomfortable with your knife skills, like you just saw, I was picking it up, decasing it in my hand. If you're uncomfortable with your knife skills, please do it on a counter. I don't want to hear of anyone cutting themselves wide open and eating stitches because they were trying to do the same thing. That sausage meat is going to cook down. Some of the fat from that is also going to get into potatoes and help to season them. I'm just trying to move stuff so I have space. And what else could we put in here? If I had some bacon, I'd throw that in, but bacon right now is as hard to find as toilet paper for some people. So I do have some nice ham, and I'll just cut some of this into chunks. And again, this is just going to add more flavor. And ham with breakfast, I've always liked. And all these things are just layers of flavor that we're adding into our frittata. Now, you can do this just as easily with sauteed vegetables. Spinach and ricotta are so good. If you're using a soft cheese like ricotta or mascarpone, mix it in with your eggs before you do it. Don't add it right to your fry pan with the spinach and any other veggies you have. So this is all cooking up nice. Very simple, very quick, very easy. Try and keep it in your fry pan. I keep tossing it on the floor. And what we can do, sorry for the camera movement, earthquake, let's try it there. There we are. So you can sort of see what's going on. We just have our skillet with our meat, our potatoes. All that's cooking up. I can smell the ham. I can definitely smell the spices and the garlic from that steak seasoning. In fact, I want a bit more in there. And I say just because this gives a ton of flavors. If you see that it's starting to stick a little bit, because those potatoes are going to soak up a lot of the oils and the flavors from everything, just add a little bit more butter to your pan. Check your potatoes to see how they're cooking and they're coming along. We want them soft, but we don't want them mushy. And if you didn't want to start cutting your own potatoes and everything, there are lots of frozen breakfast potatoes that you can buy that you can use just as easily. You just might have to cook them up a little bit first. And the one thing I did forget, being a breakfast frittata, well, I guess some eggs would help, eh? In fact, the more I think about this, I said this was so not a planned video. This is just, well, breakfast. I'm not even going to make it a frittata. This is just going to be a breakfast scramble. We're really just flying by the seat of our pants here. I will have another video out probably tomorrow, if not Easter Monday. That is just going to be a fun little simple dessert that anyone can make. Uses like 4 ingredients, 5 if you want to get fancy. But it's simple, it's easy. I don't know why I was using my fork there, because my spatula was still in the fry pan. I was just using the fork to see how the potatoes were cooking. So that's going along. While that is cooking up a bit more, get rid of some of. I don't need the sausage casings. As always, gotta have my cheese. I don't know. To me, I thought it was brought up, I guess, but to me, a meal just doesn't seem to be complete if there isn't some kind of cheese in it. And this, I'm basically just going to be mixing in at the last minute with the eggs, so it gets a little bit melty. And just adds that extra, again, layer of flavor. But as I said, you can change this up to however you like. Again, once our potatoes start getting soft, which they are, very hot. Then we can start just adding our egg. Don't want to do it just yet, but it's getting there. So while that's going, we'll just get some eggs cracked up. Whoop. Shell is totally optional. Oh, you can hear that's popping up and doing its thing. I said this was not a planned video. I was talking with some of the subscribers in Discord, and we were just saying, like, you know, breakfast and stuff, and I thought, why not? I'll record it. Because it's something that you can make for everyone, or you can quickly adjust. If you have your potatoes and everything cooked, you can quickly and easily make this for everybody and make their own personal favorites. And then we're just checking the potatoes. Make sure they're cooked all the way. The ham I know is already cooked. The sausage I can see is already done. And The eggs are beat up. We'll season our eggs with a little bit of blackened pepper. Blackened pepper. Wow. I think I need a bit more coffee at this point. Salt and pepper. Another reason why I record my videos a bit later in the day. I'm a little bit more awake and the coffee's done its thing. So all that's nice and cooked up. Our egg mix goes in. That was just 3 eggs I scrambled up. Nothing fancy there. Sticking to the bottom of my pan, but oh well, I'll just have to wash it later. And to get our cheese in. I say this, we just want it to sort of start melting through. The heat of the eggs and everything in there will take care of that for us. But any little bit of help we can give it, the better. So eggs are one of those things that obviously will continue to cook once you take them out of the heat, off the heat. The heat of everything will finish cooking off the eggs. So if it looks done in your fry pan, it's going to be overdone on your plate. So you do want to take it out a little bit before you think it's ready. Like, to me, that's perfect. This is not going to be the prettiest plate or plating or dish ever, but let's face it, it's about how good everything tastes. And again, sorry for the earthquake cam. There we are, we got our plate on. Be careful, because obviously your fry pan will be hot. But this is just a comfort plate. Everything all together, quick and simple. You've seen everything I've done and how long it took. But to go to somewhere like Denny's or IHOP and get one of their scramble plates and pay God knows how much, just because what it comes with a piece of fruit on the side, will be nice. There you go. Put a jalapeno cheddar croissant on there instead. So, a really quick, simple dish. You've seen it from start to finish. Cooking those potatoes nice and small will make the dish cook a lot quicker. Pre-cook them and leave them in the fridge the night before, so you're just reheating, or use frozen. It's up to you. That was the longest part of the whole meal. So, until next time, I am about to go eat. In fact, let's all get a taste on camera. I know everyone always asks me about that. So we can see that stringy cheese in there. This is going to be hot. The garlic and the onion from the steak spice is really coming through, along with that pepper and some of the hot chilies. The cheese, the potatoes are cooked beautifully. The sausage added a nice sweetness, as well as a bit of heat, and the smokiness from the ham is just firing through everything. That is really good. I'm going to go eat before this gets cold. So, if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for coming back. As always, my name is Andrew. I am the 5 p.m. chef. And until next time we meet, enjoy.